Greetings. This is Mira with Miracle Motivational Messages, and I would like to welcome you, whether you were invited or guided to this channel. I would like to let you know that I'm here to motivate and encourage you to monitor your mind and your emotions because that's how we create miracles in our life. And unfortunately, over the last 6 to 8 weeks, there's been a lot going on that could possibly cause you to feel negative emotions such as stress, anxiety, worry. There's a there's a huge possibility that you might be experiencing changes. Some huge changes may have come into your life. And or you may be a little nervous or worried because you anticipate that change is coming that you're going to have no control over. So we are completing our reading on Who Moved My Cheese, which is a guide to deal with change in your life. So we're learning through our story that there were four characters, Sniff, Scurry, Hem, and Haw, and they had achieved their goals and their success in this beautiful maze that they lived in, hundreds and hundreds of miles. But within there, they found Cheese Station C, which was where they went every day to become fulfilled and become happy and satisfied with achieving their goals. There at Cheese Station C, what appeared to be an unlimited cheese supply, but they worked for this, and now they are satisfied. And one day, lo and behold, the cheese was gone. They didn't notice how it was disappearing, but they did realize when it was gone. Sniff and Scurry did not hesitate to, hey, the cheese is gone. We have been watching this disappear, so it's time to go. The cheese is gone. Our instincts is telling us it's time to find more cheese. So they moved through the maze, and within no time, they discovered that there was more cheese, that there was another cheese station out there in this maze that had an abundance of cheese, a variety of cheese. However, Hem and Haw, who were intelligent beings, very intelligent, they operated on making wise decisions, analyzing situations, but they did not notice or perceive the cheese was starting to disappear. But when it was completely gone, they started to come back day after day and it was not being refilled. They started to become worried. They started to argue amongst each other. Wait a minute, where's Sniff and Scurry? They're gone. Did they take the cheese? What's going on? So we're sitting here day after day and there's no cheese. Well, maybe it's going to come back, said Hem. Haw's starting to realize, Hem, I don't think the cheese is coming back. I think we're going to have to go back in that maze and find some more cheese. Find some more cheese? What? We built this cheese station. They're going to have to bring us some more cheese. Some more cheese has got to come. Day after day passed, no cheese has come. They're starting to get tired. They're starting to get weak. They're definitely starting to worry. They're becoming stressed. And so Haw made a decision. Sniff and Scurry is gone. I'm feeling like we've got to get back in that maze and find some more cheese. I know this is scary. I know this is nervous. I know that we don't even know where we're going. We don't have a map. We don't have instructions. We're going to have to go out there and trust that we'll be guided to find another cheese station. So after convincing and debating, he made a decision to just go for it. Get out of this maze, because what he did know, that there was no more cheese coming back to Cheese Station C. And as he moved forward, day after day, step after step, he was starting to feel more encouraged, and he would write little notes to himself to encourage himself, to motivate himself to keep going. And he was also making the notes on the wall and hoping that his friend would, if he found the cheese, his friend will be able to leave the maze, him will be able to leave the maze and find, I'd read the handwritings on his wall would have been a path to make it easy for him to come on through. So as he's gone along his journey, he's starting to realize, you know what? Movement and a new direction actually is going to help you find new cheese. He would take the time when he was feeling nervous and worried to just close his eyes and visualize a cheese station full of cheese. He was actually visualizing himself coming back with Sniff and Scurry, and they're all being there with this cheese. And he started to realize, you know what? When you move beyond your fears, you feel free. Staying in one space will bring more stress and more anxiety. But as you start to move forward, once you make that plan, once you start to visualize, you will start to feel more free. So he recognized that when he imagined himself enjoying new cheese, even before he found it, it helps to lead him to it. And so he continued to go through the maze. He came across a cheese station, and he noticed that it was cheese there, but that cheese had been gone too. And he was saying, maybe if I just got here a little bit faster, I would have got the cheese. And he realized that the quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner you will find new cheese. So he picked up a few pieces of those leftovers, and he ate a little bit to give him the strength to move forward. And he also decided he was going to save some for him. Matter of fact, he went back to him and said, look, I found some. He followed his path back through the maze to show him, look, I found some cheese at this cheese station. Now, sure enough, if we had got there a little bit quicker, but this is just a sign to show us that it got to be more cheese out here. Come on, him. Let's just go out there. But him was weak, and he said, that's not the cheese that I'm used to. No, I'm not going out there. So he knew there was no time to debate. Finding those little bits of cheese for Hall was encouragement enough to know that if he keep moving forward, that is a huge possibility that he's going to find cheese, because looking back, he know for sure what was behind him. So he had to anticipate and visualize what could be in front of him. And he started to realize, it's safer to search in the maze than to remain in a cheeseless station. And though he moved forward, he started to feel encouraged and excited. Just those few pieces of cheese excited him enough to know that there's more out here. And he also realized that if you let old beliefs stay with you, it would never lead you to new cheese. So on his journey, he continued to make notes to himself. And so he let himself know that when you see that you can find and enjoy new cheese, you change your course. You don't have to stay in a space where you realize that it's bringing you stress, that you don't know where the cheese is going to come from. You have to change your course sometimes, even when it's scary, even when you're nervous. And he was noticing that you have to notice the small changes early. When change starts to come, you're going to feel it in your gut, even before you actually visualize it. And when you notice those small changes early, it can help you adapt to the bigger changes that are to come. You want to start to move or make plans when you notice those small, when you start to feel that. Because when it's time, when a big change comes, you feel more stress, you feel more anxiety. Start to pay attention and monitor your emotions. So through his journey, although he had no direction, no guidance, he leaned only to his intuition, he leaned to his prayers, and he was guided to Cheese Station Inn that actually had an unlimited cheese supply, variety of cheese. Sniffing Scurry was there. He found his old friends. He could not believe that he had the courage to take this journey and find this cheese. So he just made some notes to himself so that he would never find himself in that predicament again. He would let himself know that when change happens, you have to keep moving. You have to anticipate change, because no matter how good it can get, change is going to happen. Good, it can be changed for the good, it can change for the worse. But you have to anticipate that change and get ready to move when your cheese is moved. You have to monitor what's going on. Smell the cheese often, he said, so that you can tell when it was getting old. If you start to smell that this is not the same, this don't smell right, just don't look right, then you're monitoring what's going on, and you're going to understand that it's about to be time to change. And you have to adapt to that change quickly, because the quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner that you can enjoy the new cheese. You have to change. You have to move with the cheese. And once you get the courage to figure out what's going on, adapt to it, move forward, move with that cheese, you will be able to enjoy the change, and you will be able to savor the adventure and enjoy the taste of new cheese. And Ha was blessed to experience that. When change came, though it was scary, it was uncertain, he moved forward, and he was guided to exactly what he was looking for. And he often thought about him, and he prayed that him will read all those handwritings that he put on that wall and find his way to Cheese Station Inn. So the story leaves you to know that it's quite possible that him broke through those fears and got to Cheese Station Inn. So again, I'm here to motivate you and encourage you that when things change, sometimes you have to change. You have to move forward. But you will have to stay encouraged. You will have to stay motivated. And so tune in weekly, and I will be here to encourage you, to motivate you, to monitor your mind and your emotions, and deal with the change so you can attract and acquire miracles into your life. So we will be coming back again, and follow me on Instagram at miraclemessages, at Miracle Message on Instagram, and you will find out what the new reading will be, and you will also receive daily motivation and weekly messages. If you like this, if this encouraged you, please click the like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Until we meet again.